Hello, and welcome to our short video covering the features of Impact's Foundation Cloud. This system powers donor-advised fund management, grant-making, and scholarship processes while integrating with industry-leading CRMs and financial accounting tools. It is comprised of our cloud-based grant management platform and a community portal that serves as a central hub for your supporting members to engage with the charitable programs and their grant-making activities. Our Foundation Cloud preview will demonstrate for you how your organization can increase its impact, elevate constituent experience, and grow its philanthropy. Let's see it in action. We'll begin our tour with the portal. This login page can be configured to support various roles such as fund holders and advisors, grant and scholarship applicants, reviewers and committee members, board members, and vendors and sponsored organizations. Your supporters can have more than one role assignment, such as if you have board members that are also fund advisors. Let's log in as a fund holder and I'll show you the capabilities at their fingertips. We're going to begin here with the dashboard. All of the narrative, along with the field labels, can be configured by your organization. The funds that the fund holders have access to through fund configuration can be surfaced for them. They can also look at their funds in aggregate. The dashboard allows for some tailoring and customization. That includes branding, such as the top of the screen that you see there, along with the menu options, the labeling, the text that you're seeing on the screens. Again, this is a demonstration version. Yours, of course, will be skinned and personalized, including this bottom section here. You also can tailor the help. Of course, we provide help articles, but you can go in and augment those, add to them. You know your supporters the best, so if you feel they need additional information, you can add that to the instructions. So from this drop-down menu, we see the fund holder has their dashboard, fund summary, grant history, recommend grants or recommend interfund transfers, grant opportunities, gift history, investment strategies, create a new fund request, access reports, make financial contributions, view their fund statement, or any other documents that you provide to them. Part of your configuration with Impact includes the design of your fund statement. The fund holder will have access to the various funds and of course be able to look at them all together. They will get to see their net assets, available balance, and any pending grants and payments. There are some drill down opportunities for the fund holder. So if they want to go in and see a little additional information, they certainly can. We try to give capabilities to the fund holder that allow them to get data out of the system. You're going to notice these printer icons kind of peppered all throughout the experience today, along with these upward arrows that allow us to export the information on demand. The grant history page will provide for the fund holder a list of their grants, including all of the funds that they have access to. At any time, the fund holder can come in and see a little more information about the recipient, along with being able to re-grant and create another grant recommendation to this recipient. This grant recommendation form can be configured and tailored based on your needs. The fund holder will choose their fund. They will then choose their recipient. Now there's a lot of choices with regards to what they can see and what they can search in. Notice it says database, past grants, IRS list of approved 501c3s. They can search your CRM system for recipients, or they can just enter a brand new recipient. Now the grant information, we have some flexibility here, such as being able to set minimum amounts. The fund holder can indicate if this will be a single payment, a one-time grant, or they have the flexibility of choosing reoccurring grant. The frequency is something you can configure in the system. They have the choice of a start date or end date, grant designation, or making any special requests or note to staff. Acknowledgement, they can choose how they would like to be acknowledged, including anonymous on the fund level or their name entirely. And then lastly, our submission form, where they will agree and choose to submit. At any time, they can return to this form. This has been saving as we've been going along, so at any time, they can go into their saved recommendations and revisit that form to complete it. They'll have options to go into the recommendations that they're still working on and return to those and complete them. For those recommendations that they have submitted, they will have the ability to monitor the progress as it works through your workflows. Those that have made it to the end of your processes, notice some say declined or processed. And then lastly, they'll have access to any of their reoccurring recommendations. Some other capabilities that the fund holder has, such as grant opportunities. Grant opportunities are promoted by your organization. So these are areas of giving that you would like to promote. You can put information about that opportunity or program. Gift history gives them access to all of the gifts related to their funds and also any of their giving outside of their funds if you choose to allow them to see that. They can go in and see the details of that gift. Moving on, we also have investment strategies. Investment strategies allow the fund holder to take a look at the performance of their fund. And lastly, we'll take a look at documents. Documents can be fund specific or they can be shared across the user role. All right, I'm going to sign out as the fund holder. And let's go back into the system as a grant applicant. Somewhat similar to the fund holder, they will have access to their dashboard. They can search through the available grants. The available grants can have date parameters on them, in other words, windows of time that those applications are being accepted. You're more than welcome to create eligibility applications or kind of a main application form that works as somewhat like the gatekeeper. You can have contextual fields. I'm going to give you an example of that here. Is your organization a nonprofit? We say yes, and notice now that tax ID is going to appear. You can also add some little context, little question mark. Gives us the opportunity of adding some help text. You have complete control over these application forms. In a few moments, we're going to jump into the grant system and we'll take a look at the forms. The grant applicant can take a look at their saved applications. So again, if they have some that they're working on but have not had an opportunity to submit them yet, they can come in at any time and be able to go back in and continue working on their application form. Notice that we have the ability to allow attachments to the forms. Their awards, they'll be able to come in and see all of the awards. We also include the ability to send out supplemental pages such as follow-up reports. The portal will send out email reminders letting the applicant know they need to come back to the portal and finish their final report, check-in report, that supplemental page. Let's sign into the portal now as a board member. The board member has access to a dashboard, any dockets, which would of course be grant payments that need their approval. We give them the opportunity to dive in a little deeper, to take a look at those recipients closer. Also the fund. They will then set their approval and submit when they're done. Moving on to Foundation Cloud Grants, which is the administrative tool your organization will use to process and manage grant recommendations, applications, and awards. Once a fund holder or community member submits a grant recommendation using the portal, your organization will leverage the processing power of Foundation Cloud grants to perform due diligence, engage in approval workflows, organize review committees, and deliver grant awards. Additionally, Impact's Foundation Cloud ecosystem handles the entire life cycle of your competitive grant or scholarship season, from application form creation and applicant reviews to payment approvals. Pairing Impact's Foundation Cloud with one of our integrated CRM and financial accounting tools will amplify your organization's impact and accelerate its growth. Learn more today by emailing sales@impact.com.